you my digestion, man.
Now stop being embarrassed because you asked for breakfast.
Well, I've never done it before.
I bet you never had cherry pie for breakfast either.
That's right, ma'am, I didn't.
Aren't you going down for hot work in that jacket?
Man, my shirt's all dirty.
I can wash it while you're running the trash.
Jeez, I sure would like to feel clean, but I mean, would anybody object?
Oh no, you're a man. What's the difference?
I don't hear you.
If you ever break a window, you'll hear me.
Go back to bed.
Go blow your nose.
Go back to bed and tell your pretty sister to come out. Yeah, it's no fun looking at you. Hey, I'm talking to you, Goonface.
You take that back, you laundry bastard. You take that back.
Hey, listen to Goonface. She cusses just like a man.
I'll kill you, you laundry bastard. I'll kill you.
Hey, look, I'm Mrs. Tarzan. Look at Mrs. Tarzan. Hi, man.
Hi, Bomber.
Hey, I hope I didn't wake you. Bother you or anything.
Oh, nothing bothers me.
Hey, Madge, a bunch of us guys are chipping in on a new hot rod. Getting radio and everything. I get it every Friday night.
I'm not one of those girls who jumps in a hot rod every time you boys turn a corner and hump. If a boy wants a date with me, he can come to the door like a gentleman and ask if I'm in.
Alan Seymour sends her flowers every time they go out.
Oh, well, can't send you flowers, baby, but I could send you.
Listen to him brag on it.
Let me pick you up some night after Seymour brings you home.
Oh, no, that wouldn't be fair to Alan. We go steady.
Don't you know what steady means? Stupid.
Yeah, I seen you riding around this Cadillac as if you were some kind of duchess. Now, why do pretty girls have to be so stuck on themselves?
I am not stuck on myself. You take that back, Bomber Gutzel.
Let me pick you up some night, please. We'll get some cans of beer, go down to the River Road and listen to music on the radio.
Wouldn't that be romantic?
Come on, man, just give a guy a break.
Hey, on your way, lover boy.
Yeah, who are you?
What's that, man? Figured you are.
Go peddle your paper!
Hey, kid. You got a smoke?
You working for Mrs. Potts?
Yeah, I'm doing a few jobs in the yard.
She give you breakfast?
Yeah.
Millie, mind your business.
Hi.
Hi.
Young man, this is my house. Is there something you want?
Slowly, man.
This is a busy day for us. We have no time to look.
Are you the mother?
Yes. You better run along now.
Say, lady, it's your house.
Has Helen Potts taken in another tramp?
I don't see why he's a tramp just because Mrs. Potts gave him breakfast.
I'm going to speak to her about the way she takes in every Tom, Dick, and Harry.
Well, he wasn't doing any harm.
I bet he'd like to. Have you called Alan this morning?
I haven't had time.
He's coming by pretty soon to take us swimming.
Tell him they're expecting a big crowd down at the park tonight, so I better use his father's influence at City Hall to reserve a table. Oh, and tell him to get one down by the river, close to a Dutch
I
oven.
think I'm being bossy.
Alan is the kind of man who doesn't mind if women's are bossy.
Every time I hear that train coming to town, I always get a little feeling of excitement. And here,
Every time I'm here, I tell myself I'm going to be on someday. Go to New York.
That train just goes as far as Tulsa.
And then Tulsa I could catch another train.
well, I always wonder, maybe some wonderful person is getting off here just by accident. And he'll come into the dime store for something and see me behind the counter. He'll study me very strangely. And then decide I'm just the person he's looking for an important job in the espionage department. Or maybe he needs me for some great medical experiment that'll save the whole human race.
Things like that don't happen in dime stores. Millie, could you take the milk inside? Did you and Alan have fun on your date last night?
Uh-huh.
What'd you do?
We went over to his house and he played some of his classic records.
Then what'd you do?
We drove over to Cherryvale and had some barbecue.
Madge, does Alan ever try anything?
Well, when we go down to Cherryvale, we always park the car down by the river and get real romantic.
Do you let him kiss you? After all, you've been going together all summer.
Of course I let him.
Does he ever want to go beyond kissing?
Mom,
I'm your mother, for heaven's sakes. These things have to be talked about. Does he?
well, yes.
Does Alan get mad if you won't?
No. Alan's not like most boys. He doesn't want to do anything he'd be sorry for.
Do you like it when he kisses you?
Yes.
You don't sound very enthusiastic.
Well, what do you expect me to do? Pass out every time Alan puts his arm around me?
No, you don't have to pass out. Here. Hold this dress up in front of you. Be awfully nice to be married to a man like Alan. You'd live in comfort the rest of your life, charge accounts at all the stores, automobiles and trips. All of his friends would invite you to parties in their home and at the country club.
Yes, but I don't feel right with those people.
Why not? You're as good as they
I
are.
know, but all of Alan's friends talk about college and trips to Europe. I feel left out.
You'll get over those feelings in time. Alan will be going back to school in a few weeks. You better get busy.
Busy what?
A pretty girl doesn't have long. Just a few years. Then she's equal to kings and she can walk out of a shanty like this and live in a palace with a doting husband who will spend his life making her happy.
I know.
Because once she was young and pretty. She loses her chance, then she might as well throw all the prettiness away.
But I'm only 18.
And next summer you'll be 19, and then 20, and then 21. And then the years will start flying by so fast you lose track of them. First thing you know, you'll be 40. Still selling candy at the dime store.
You don't have to get morbid.
Everyone around here gets to dress up and go places except me.
Alan said he tried to find you a date for the picnic tonight.
I don't want Alan asking any of these crazy boys in town to take me anywhere.
Beggars can't be choosers.
Oh, you shut up.
Madge, that was mean. There will be dancing at the pavilion tonight. Millie should have a date too.
If she wants a date, why doesn't she dress up and act decent?
So I'm gonna dress and act the way I want to. If you don't like it, you know what you can do.
Always complaining because she doesn't have any friends. She smells so bad, people don't want to be near her.
Girls don't fight.
La-dee-da. Madge is the pretty one. But she's so dumb they almost had to burn the schoolhouse down to get her out of it.
That's not so.
Oh, isn't it? You never would have graduated if it hadn't been for Jumpin' Jeter.
Who's Jumpin' Jeter?
Teaches history. Kids call him Jumpin' Jeter because he's so jumpy with all the pretty girls in his classes. He was flunking Madge till she went to his room and cried and said, I just don't know what I'll do if I don't pass history.
Mom, she's making that up.
How fun I am. You couldn't even pass Miss Sydney's course in shorthand. You have to work at the dime store.
You are a goose.
Oh, girl! Madge, you slut! You take that back or I'll kill you.
Girls, what will the neighbors say?
No, call me goose, you vile thing.
You call her worse names.
Doesn't hurt what names I call her. She's pretty. So names don't bother her at all. She's pretty, so nothing else matters.
Poor Millie.
Oh, all I ever hear is poor Millie. And poor Millie won herself a scholarship for 4 whole years of college.
A girl like Millie can need confidence in other ways.
Mom, do you love Millie more than me?
Of course not.
Sometimes you act like you do.
You were the firstborn. Your father felt the sun rose and set in you. He used to carry you up on his shoulder for the whole neighborhood to see. But things were different when Millie came.
How?
They were just different. Your father wasn't home much. The night Millie was born, he was with a bunch of his wild friends at the roadhouse.
I love Dad.
Oh, everyone loved your father.
Did you?
Some women are humiliated to love a man.
Why?
Because a woman is weak to begin with, I suppose, and her love for him makes her seem almost dependent. And maybe she fights him. Because her love makes her seem almost helpless.
Mom, what good is it to be pretty?
What a question.
I mean it.
Well, pretty things are rare in life.
Well, yes, but what good are they?
Well, pretty things like flowers and sunsets and movies and pretty girls too. And they're like billboards telling us life is good.
Well, where do I come in?
What do you mean?
Well, maybe I get tired of just being looked at. Well, maybe I do.
Don't talk so selfish.
I don't care if I am selfish. It's no good just being pretty. It's no good.
Ma'am, do you mind if I start a fire?
What?
Oh, well, the nice lady, she said it's a hot enough day already and that you might object.
I guess we can stand it.
Thank you, ma'am.
He just moves right in whether you want him to or not.
Oh, I knew you wouldn't like him the first time I saw him.
Do you?
Oh, I don't like him or dislike him. I just wonder what he's like.
Does anyone mind if an old maid school teacher joins their company?
Oh, sit down, Rosemary.
Mail come yet?
No mail today. It's Labor Day.
I forgot. I thought I might be getting a letter from that man I met at the high school picnic last spring. He's been wanting to marry me ever since. A nice fella and a peck of fun, but I don't have any time for him when they start getting serious on me.
You school teachers are mighty independent.
Shoot. I lived this long without a man, I don't see what's to keep me from getting on without one.
What about Howard?
Howard's just a friend boy, not a boyfriend. I smell smoke.
Helen Potts is having a lease burn. Smells kind of good, doesn't it?
Who's the young man?
Just another no-good Helen Potts took in.
Mrs. Owens. He's working over there with his shirt off. I don't think that's right in the presence of ladies.
Amelie, get away from there.
Gee whiz. I go swimming just about every day and the guys don't have on half as much as he does now.
Well, swimming's different.
Natch, can I use your manicure set? Just for kicks?
You promise not to get it messy.
Look at him showing off.
Who does he think is interested?
What's that you're rubbing in?
Ponsella 3-way tissue cream. Makes a good base for your makeup.
There was an article in Reader's Digest about a woman who got skin poisoning from using all those face creams.
Harriet Bristol, the American history teacher, got a hold of some of that beauty play last winter. It darn near took her skin off. All the girls thought she had leprosy.
Natch, how do you do your right hand?
If you were nicer to people, maybe they'd do something nice for you sometime.
Millie got a bow?
No.
You can't kid me. A girl doesn't paint her fingernails unless she thinks some boy is going to take notice.
Madge, try this dress on now, dear.
Hello? Hello? Are you using the clothes line this morning?
I don't think so.
I'm hanging out the clothes, Mama. I'll be right back.
bathroom.
Why doesn't she put her in an old ladies' home?
None of them will take her. She's too mean.
She must be mean if that story is true.
It is true. Helen and the Potts boy ran off together and got married. Her mother found out that very day and had to marry Genold.
She's Mrs. Potts and name only?
Sometimes I think she keeps the boy's name just to defy the old lady.
Hi, Alan! Oh boy, I'm gonna get my suit.
See if Madge is decent. Good morning, Alan.
Mrs. Owens, Miss Sydney.
Have you ladies seen the handsome young man I have working for me?
I think it's a disgrace. His parading around naked as an Indian.
I told him to take his shirt off.
Helen Potts. I wish he'd stop taking in all sorts of riffraff.
He isn't riffraff. He's been to several colleges.
College, and he begs for breakfast.
He's working for his breakfast. Alan, you said he knew you from the university.
Oh,
We going swimming, Alan?
you bet.
Helen, run up and see Madge. Just call from the bottom of the stairs.
Hey, Delilah!
Millie?
Do you think Alan's going to marry Madge?
I hadn't thought much about it.
It's so hot and still this time of year. I welcome a good strong wind.
I'd rather wipe my brow than be blown away.
Look at him lift that wash tub like it's so much tissue paper. I'm fitting with Flo, Mama. You don't need me. You're all right.
What you feed him?
Biscuits.
You went to all that trouble?
Well, he was so hungry. I fed him ham and eggs and all the hot coffee he could drink. And then he saw a piece of cherry pie in the icebox and wanted that too.
Sounds to me like Mrs. Potts had herself a new boyfriend.
I don't think that's very funny.
Oh, come on, Helen, sit down.
Shoot, Mrs. Potts, I'm just a tease.
Well, I could sit on my own porch, but I hate for the neighbors to see me there all alone.
Mrs. Potts, if I say anything to offend
Bride and groom! Look, everybody, bride and groom! How does it feel, Madge? I mean the dress.
I love it, Mom. Except it's a little tight in places.
Isn't Madge the pretty one?
What are you reading, Millie?
The Ballad of the Sad Cafe by Carson McCullers. It's wonderful.
Good Lord, Mrs. Owens, you let your daughter read filthy books like that? Filthy? Everyone in it is some sort of degenerate.
That's not so.
The DARs had a ban from the public library.
I don't read much.
Millie, give me that book.
No.
Mrs. Owens, I don't mean to interfere, but that book is on the reading list at college for the course in the modern novel.
Oh, dear.
What's a person to believe?
Well, those college professors have no morals.
Where Millie comes by her taste, I'll never know.
Some of the pictures she has of her bed scare me.
Those pictures are by Picasso. He's a great artist.
A woman with 7 eyes? Very pretty.
Pictures don't have to be pretty.
Helen! I'll go see what it is.
Stay here! He must have a gun! I'm not afraid.
Who did that guy say he was?
Your mother's old. She has to go soon anyway.
I was a bad girl.
What is it, Helen?
I threw the new bottle of cleaning fluid in the trash.
You're the limit. Come on, Madge, let's finish that dress.
Come on, Melody, I'm gonna knock down the clothesline.
Where did you come from?
Hey, kid!
Hal Carter.
Hey, I was coming by to see you later.
How's the old outboard motor?
You want to ride?
Gassed up?
Oh, God, they just wake up the whole damn fraternity.
Last time I saw you, you were on your way to Hollywood to become a movie hero.
Yeah, that.
What do you mean, yeah, that? Isn't that what I loaned you the $100 for?
Sure, same one.
Well, what happened?
Things just didn't work out.
Tried to warn you, Hal. Every year, some talent scout promised screen tests to all the athletes.
No, I got the test okay. I was about to have a big career. They were gonna call me Brush Carter. I do like that.
Yeah?
Yeah. You know, they took lots of pictures of me with my shirt off, you know, real rugged. Then they dressed me up like the Foreign Legion. Then they put me in this pair of tights, give me this big hat with a plume in it. Had me making with the swordplay. Ah, touche, mug. Real crazy.
Did they give you the lines to read?
Yeah, that part went okay. It was my teeth.
Your teeth?
Yeah, out there you have a certain kind of teeth they can't use you. Don't ask me why. This babe said they were gonna have to pull on my teeth and give me new ones. And now-
Wait a minute. What babe?
This babe that got me the text. Alright, she wasn't a babe exactly. I mean, she was kind of beat up, but not bad. Come on, Seymour. You guys gotta get along somehow.
Uh-huh. So, what brings you here?
Well, aren't you glad to see me?
Sure, but fill me in.
Well, after I left Hollywood, I took a job on a ranch in Nevada. You'd have been proud of me, Seymour. In bed every night at 10, up every morning at 6. No liquor, no babes. Saved up $200.
Well, I'll take half.
Gee, Seymour, I wish I had it, but I got rolled.
Rolled? You?
Yeah, you see, I was gonna hitchhike to Texas to get this big oil deal, right? Well, I got as far as Phoenix, and these two babes, they pulled me big yellow convertible. And one of these dames slams on the brakes and hollers, "Get in, stud!" We got in. Seymour, it's crazy. We just shook her for my right there in the car.
You boys talking over old times? Millie got me iced a cake.
Is there any more work, ma'am?
No, I feel I've been more than paid for breakfast.
You suppose there's any place I could wash up?
We got a shower in our basement. Come on, I'll show you.
He'll be there in a minute. So they had a shaker full of martinis right in the car? Nothing like that ever happens to me. Go on.
Seymour, you wouldn't believe it.
Were they good looking?
What do you care?
Makes the story more interesting. Tell me what happened.
Well, I mean, you know me, Seymour. I mean, I'm an agreeable guy.
Sure.
So when they parked in front of the steward's cabin, I said, "Okay, girls, am I gonna pay for this ride? This is the easiest way I know." So we got busy on the martinis. Jeez, I just thought I was Superman. Then I said, "Okay, girls, party's over. Let's get going." And this dame, she puts a gun in my back. She says, "This party's going on till we say it's over, Buck." I thought she was Humphrey Bogart.
Then what happened?
I passed out. When I woke up, the babes were gone. So was my $200. I went to the police, but they didn't even believe me. They said my whole story was wishful thinking. How do you like that? I'm telling you, Seymour, women are getting desperate.
Are they?
No, I did. Seymour, what's a poor bastard like me ever gonna do?
Doesn't sound to me like you had such a hard time.
You know, I got thinking of you. You know, in school, you always had things under control.
Me?
Yeah, I mean, you know, you never cut classes, you understood the lectures, took notes. What's so funny?
The hero of the campus and he envied me.
Oh yeah, big hero. Between the goalposts. He's the only guy in the whole fraternity ever treated me like a human being.
I know.
Those other snob bastards, I was watching to see which fork I used.
You have an inferiority complex. You imagine those things.
In a pig's eye.
What do you hear about your father?
Finally happened.
What?
Before I left for Hollywood. He went on his last bender. Police had to scrape him up off the sidewalk. Died in jail.
Gee, I'm sorry to hear that, Hal.
The old lady went in to come across with the dough for the funeral. They had to bury him in Popper's Row.
What happened to the filling station?
Oh, well, he left it to me in his will, but the old lady was going to have him declared insane so she could take over. I just let her have it. Who cares?
Gee, Hal, I can't believe people actually do things like that.
Don't let my stories cloud your rosy glasses.
So why don't you come see me when you got to town?
Well, I didn't want to walk into your palatial mansion just looking like a bum. You know, why don't you get some food in my belly? A little spare change.
That wouldn't have made any difference.
You know, I was wondering, you know, maybe you and your old man, between you, might fix me up with a job.
What kind of job, Hal?
What kind of job you got?
What kind of job did you have in mind?
I don't know. I mean, maybe something in a nice office. Wear a tie. A sweet little secretary. Talk over the telephone about enterprises and things. Seymour, I just always had this feeling, you know, if I just got a chance that I'd set the whole world on fire.
Lots of guys have that feeling, Hal.
Seymour, I gotta get somewhere in this world. I gotta.
Take it easy.
This is a free country. I got just as much rights as the next guy. Why can't I get along?
I'll help you out as much as I can. Sinclair is hiring new men for the pipeline, aren't they, Mrs. Potts?
Yes, Alan. Carrie Hamilton needs 100 new men.
Pipeline.
Gee, Hal, I guess if you want to be president of the company, you're just gonna have to work hard and be patient.
I gotta learn. Patience.
I feel sorry for young men today.
Is this a private party I'm crashing?
My, you're dressed up.
It's my new fall outfit. Got in Kansas City. Paid $22.50 for the shoes.
You school teachers do have nice things.
And don't have to ask anybody when we want to get them either.
Be here for lunch today, Rosemary.
No, there's lunch and bridge for the new girls in the faculty down at the hotel.
Mom, can't I go swimming too?
Oh, I'll fix lunch. I've got a million things to do.
Well, it wouldn't kill Millie to ever do any cooking around here.
No, but it might kill the rest of us.
Rosemary, let's get going, girl. Oh, you'll love Rosemary Sydney. She's a peck of fun. Says the craziest things.
What are you saying about me, Irma Cronkite?
Rosemary Sydney.
Irma Cronkite. Oh. How was your vacation?
Oh, I work like a slave. But I had fun too. I don't care if I never get that master's. I'm not going to be a slave all my life. She's been telling me about all the wicked times she had in New York. And not in teacher's college, if I may add. Kid, this is Christine Schoenwalder, taking Mabel Fremont's place in feminine hygiene. Been a hot summer, Mrs. Owens.
The worst I can remember. Nice to know you, Christine. Welcome back, Irma.
Are you working now, Madge?
Yes, Madge is working downtown this summer, just to keep busy.
Why, we didn't eat.
Mrs. Owens, this is my friend Hal Carter. Hal's a fraternity brother.
Fraternity brother. Really?
Well, any friend of Alan's is a friend of ours.
It's a pleasure to meet your acquaintance, man.
Hey, Hal, don't you have a shirt?
Seymour, it's all sweaty.
Girls, we better get a hustle on.
Tell them about what happened in New York, kid. I went to the Stork Club. How did you get into the Stork Club? See, there's this fellow in my educational statistics class.
I knew there was a man in it.
Oh, girl, it was nothing serious. He was just a good sport, that's all. See, we made a bet that the one who got the lowest grade in the final had to take the other to the Stork Club. And I lost.
Hey, Hal, you want to go swimming? Yeah, I've got extra trunks in the car.
Yeah, why not?
Flo, why don't we invite the young man on the picnic? He could be a date for Millie.
That's right, but young man, Flo and I are having a picnic for young people. Would you like to come along and be an escort for Millie?
Picnic? Man, I don't think it's right.
Oh,
I mean,
nonsense. Picnics are fun without lots and lots of young people.
Hal, I'd like you to meet Madge.
Oh, we already met. That is, we saw each other.
Yeah, we saw each other.
Hal sees every pretty girl.
Alan.
What? You are the prettiest girl in town, aren't you? Chamber of Commerce voted her Queen of Neewalla last year.
Oh, yeah, I don't think.
She was Queen of Neewalla. Neewalla is Halloween spelled backwards.
It's this big coronation ceremony they held at Memorial Hall every year with lots of artistic singing and dancing.
Madge had to sit through the whole thing so they put a crown on her head.
Yeah?
I got awfully tired.
The Kansas City Star ran colored pictures in their Sunday magazine.
Everyone expected me to get real conceited, but I didn't.
Oh, you did.
It'd be pretty hard to get conceited over those pictures. The color was blurred and my mouth was pinned right in the middle of my forehead.
Gee, it's too bad.
Things like that are bound to happen.
I'll race you to the car.
Well, isn't your sister going with us?
Madge has to cook lunch.
You tell me she cooks, too?
Sure, Madge cooks and sews and does all those things that women do.
Alan,
Yes.
how did a boy like him get into college?
Not a football scholarship. He made the spectacular receiving record in a little high school in Arkansas.
But a fraternity, don't those boys have a little more reading?
I guess so, but fraternities love to play for the athletes, for the publicity. And Hal could have been All-American.
All-American.
He'd only study.
But how did the other boys feel about him?
They didn't like him, Mrs. Owens. In fact, they were pretty rough on him. Every time he came into a room, they always seemed to bristle. I didn't like him either at first, and then I shared a room with him. Got to know him better. Hal's a really nice guy. About the best friend I ever had.
Is he wild?
Not really.
Does he drink?
A little. Don't worry, Mrs. Owens. Hal pays attention to me. I'll see he behaves.
I wouldn't want anything to happen to Millie. Oh, Millie can take care of herself. You pamper her.
Maybe I do. Come on, Helen. Why can't things be easy?
Madge, I'm sorry I have to go back to school this fall. Dad's idea.
I thought it was.
Really, Madge? Dad likes you very much. Sure he does.
Well, he's always very polite.
I miss you, Madge.
There'll be lots of pretty girls in college.
Honestly, Madge, in my entire 4 years, I never found a girl that I liked.
I don't believe that.
It's true. I mean, they're all so affected. If you want to date with them, you had to ask them a month in advance.
Honest?
It's hard for me to say, Madge, but I never thought a girl like you could care for me.
Alan.
I hope you do care for me, Madge.
Hey, Seymour?
What's the matter, Hal? Can't you stand to see someone else kiss a pretty girl?
What the hell, Seymour?
What's the language?
Alan, it's all right.
I'm sorry.
What's the trouble?
I've never been on a picnic.
What are you talking about? Everyone's been on a picnic.
Not me. I mean, when I was a kid, I was too busy shooting crap and stealing milk bottles or something.
Well, there's a first time for everything.
Yeah, but I wasn't brought up proper like you. I'm not gonna act in front of all these women.
Women aren't anything new in your life.
Yeah, but these are nice women. What if I say the wrong word? Or my stomach growls? It's so funny.
You're a psycho.
Okay, look, but if I do anything wrong, you gotta try to overlook it.
Okay. We'll be about 5, Madge.
Okay.
Madge, do you think after supper we could get away from the others and take a boat out on the river?
All right, Alan.
I want to see if you look real in the moonlight.
Alan, don't say that.
What? I don't care if you're real or not. Prettiest girl I ever saw.
Just the same, I'm real.
Hey, Seymour, get the light out of your pants.
Come on inside now, Matt.
All right, Mom.
Don't quit now, Ernie. Huh?
Ernie's waiting for the rest of the band to practice.
We're going to play at the park tonight.
Well, I don't see why you couldn't help us out in the kitchen.
Trying to dress for the ball.
Well, I had to make a potato salad and stuff the eggs and make 3 dozen bread and butter sandwiches.
I had to bathe and dust my wings with powder and slip into my frock.
Did you clean out the bathtub?
Yes, I cleaned out the bathtub. Madge? How do I look? Now tell me the truth.
You look very pretty.
I feel sort of funny.
You can have that dress if you want it.
Thanks. Madge? How do you talk to boys?
Why, you just talk, silly.
How do you think of things to say?
I don't know. You just say whatever comes into your head.
Supposing nothing ever comes into my head.
Oh, you talked her right with him this morning.
But now I've got a date with him. And it's different.
You're crazy.
Well, I think he's a big show-off. You should have seen him this morning on the high diving board. He did real graceful swan dives and a 2.5 gainer and a backflip. Kids stood around and clapped. He just ate it up.
I think I'm gonna paint my toenails tonight and wear sandals.
And he was bragging all afternoon how he used to be a deep sea diver off Catalina Island.
Honest?
He who make hundreds of dollars when a parachute jumps out of a balloon. Do you believe it?
Well, I don't see why not.
You never hear Alan bragging that way.
Alan never jumped out of a balloon.
Madge, I think he's girl crazy.
You think every boy you see is something horrible.
Alan took us to the high hole for coats. There was a big gang of girls in the back booth. Juanita Badger and her gang. When they saw him, they started giggling and teeing and saying all sorts of crazy things. Then, Juanita Badger comes up to me and whispers, "He's the cutest thing I ever saw." Well, is he, Madge?
Well, I certainly wouldn't say he was the cutest thing I ever saw.
Juanita Badger's an old floozy. She sits in the back row of the theater, so guys will come in and sit with her. One time, her and Rubberneck Cross were asked by the management to leave. They weren't just kissing either.
Well, I never even speak to Juanita Badger.
Madge, do you think he'll like me?
Why are you asking me all these questions? You were supposed to be the smart one.
I don't really care. I just wonder.
Now I tell myself I've got 2 beautiful daughters.
Oh, Mom, be quiet.
Madge, doesn't Millie look pretty?
When she isn't picking her nose.
She doesn't want anyone to be pretty but her.
You're just saying I'm pretty because you're my mom. People we love were always pretty. And the people who were pretty to begin with, everybody loves them.
Run over and show Helen Potts how nice you look.
Here comes Millie Owens, the great beauty of all time. Be prepared to swoon when you see her.
Whatever possessed me to let Helen Potts ask that young hoodlum to take Millie on the picnic.
Hal?
Yes, Hal, or whatever his name is. He moved every towel in the bathroom black as dirt. He left the seat up, too.
It wouldn't kill anyone just to be nice to her.
If there's any drinking tonight, you put a stop to it.
I'm not going to be a wet blanket.
If the boys feel they have to have a couple of drinks, there's nothing you can do about it. But you can keep Millie from taking any.
She wouldn't pay any attention to me.
You better be getting dressed. And don't spend the whole evening admiring yourself in the mirror.
Mom, don't make fun of me.
You shouldn't object to kidding if it's well meant.
Well, it just seems that when I look in the mirror, it's the only way I can prove to myself I'm alive.
Madge, you puzzle me.
We brought home your favorite girl, Mrs. Owens.
Hello, girls. Have a nice party.
Oh, it wasn't a real party. Each girl paid for her own lunch. Then we played bridge all afternoon. I get tired of playing bridge.
Well, food's good at the hotel, isn't it?
Not very. But they serve tea nice. Honest to goodness napkins. Lord, I hate paper napkins.
I had a french fried pork chop, but it was mostly fat. How about you girls?
I had the stuffed peppers.
I had the southern fried chicken.
Linda Sue Breckenridge had the pot roast of veal, but there was only one little hunk of meat in it. All we girls at the table made her call the waiter and complain.
Well, I should hope so.
Good for you. I thought by now someone might have noticed my new dress.
I was gonna say something, kid, and
Remember that satin back crepe I had last year?
don't tell me.
Mama remodeled it for me while I was at Columbia. I feel like I had a brand new outfit. And nobody said anything all afternoon.
It's chic.
Come on, Christine. We'd better run along. Rosemary has a date. We'll come by for you in the morning. Don't be late.
Girl, I want to tell you, in one afternoon I feel like I've known you my whole life.
I look upon you as an old friend already.
Oh.
Bye, girls.
What time's Howard coming by?
Any minute now.
Hey, Mom, is there any hot water? You'll have to see.
Miss Sydney, would you mind terribly if I use some of your Shalimar?
Help yourself.
Thanks.
Madge thinks too much about the boys, Mrs. Owens.
Madge?
Oh, it's a miracle! That's what it is! I never knew Millie could look so pretty. It's like this movie I saw once with Lana Turner.
Or was it Betty Grable?
Oh, well, anyway, she played the part of some big secretary. She wore glasses and did her hair all plain, and no man ever paid any attention to her. And then one day she took off her glasses, and her boss wanted to marry her right away. Now all the boys are going to fall in love with Millie.
Millie have a date tonight?
Yes, I'm sorry to say.
Why, Flo?
Who is he, Millie? Tell your Aunt Rosemary.
Hal.
Who?
The young man over at Helen's turned out to be a friend of Alan's.
Oh, him.
Helen Potts, have you gone to the trouble of baking another cake?
Well, an old lady like me I feel sort of excited, Flo. I think we plan these picnics just to give ourselves an excuse. To let something really happen in our lives. Such as what?
I don't know. Mom really makes me furious. Every time she takes a bath, she fills the tub all the way up. There isn't any hot water left at all.
You should have thought of it earlier.
It's him! He's here!
Who? Oh, it's Howard. Hello, Howard.
If he's been drinking, I'm not going out with him.
Howdy, ladies.
Hello, Howard.
Well, you sure look pretty, Rosemary.
Seems to me you might have left your coat on.
Still too darn hot, even if it is September. Evening, Madge.
Hello, Howard.
How are things over in Cherryville, Howard?
Good business. Back to school and everybody buying.
When business is good, it's good for everyone.
Hi, Howard.
Hey, Millie's a good-looking kid. I never noticed it before.
Hey, Mom, what time did the fellows say they'd be here?
At 5:30. You've asked me a dozen times already. Ellen brought both cars.
Someday you're going to be riding around in that Cadillac, Ladybug.
Everyone ready?
Come sit down, Alan.
The more the merrier.
I brought both cars. I thought Hal and Millie could bring the baskets in the Ford. Hal's parking it now. Hello, beautiful.
Hello, Alan.
Come on, Hal!
Is he a careful driver, Alan?
Seymour. Hey, big guy, Seymour. Huskier than you are. Your jacket.
Then take it off.
Yes, I like to see a man comfortable.
You know, I never could wear another man's clothes. You see, I'm pretty big through the shoulders. All my clothes tailor-made.
Hey, Hercules. I believe you met Mrs. Owens.
Oh, sure.
And you met Mrs. Potts this morning.
All right, she's my best girl.
I baked a Lady Baltimore cake.
This little lady took pity on me when I was practically starving. Because, you see, I ran into some hard luck when I was traveling. Some characters made off with everything I had.
And this is Rosemary Sidney, Hal. This thing teaches typing and shorthand at the local high school.
Yes, I'm an old maid school teacher.
Well, I have a respect for school teachers, ma'am. I mean, it's a lot of hard work and not much pay.
And this is Howard Bevins, Hal. Mr. Bevins is a friend of Miss Sidney's.
I run a little shop over in Cherryville. Notions, novelties, and school supplies. You and I only drive up sometime and get acquainted.
Sir, we'll come by as soon as we can fit it into our schedule. Hey, kid. You got a little more tan today, didn't you? Oh, you folks should have seen Noah this morning. She did a fine jackknife off the high diving board.
Cut it out.
What's the matter, kid? Think I'm snowing you under? You know, I wouldn't admit this to many people, but Noah does a jackknife almost as good as me. Because you see, I used to be a diving champion on the West Coast, so I know what I'm talking about.
Madge! You should be getting dressed now?
Mom, can I wear my new dress?
No, I made you that dress to say for dances this fall.
Where'd you get those boots?
Oh, I guess I should apologize for the way I look. You see, that those characters I told you about, they made off with all my clothes, too.
What a pity.
You see, I didn't want you folks thinking you were associating with a bum.
Clothes don't make the man.
Well, that's what I tell myself, man.
Helen, is your mother taken care of?
Yes, Flo, I have a babysitter for her.
So let's start packing the baskets.
You see, ma'am, my old man left me with these boots when he died.
That all he left you? Just a pair of boots?
Well, he'd say, son, the man of the house needs a pair of boots, because he's got to do a lot of kicking. Your wages are spent. The landlord wants his rent. You go to your woman for solace, fills you full of torment. That's a little poem he made up. You know, he'd say, son, there'll be times when the only thing you've got to be proud of is the fact that you're a man. So always wear your boots, so people can hear you when you're coming. Keep your fists up, so they'll know you mean business when you get there. My old man, he's a corker.
Hal's always so shy of people before he meets them. And you can't keep him still.
Hi.
Hi.
So, what line of business you in, son?
Oh, well, I'm about to enter the oil business, sir. You see, well, my father was no aristocratic millionaire or anything. had some very important friends who were very big men in their own way. But one of them wanted me to take a job at this oil company down
But
in
Dad
Texas.
and I found a place for Hal in the pipeline.
Some more. You gotta let me tell the story.
Sorry, Hal.
You see, sir, I've decided to start in from the very bottom. Because that way I'll learn things lots better. Even if I don't make much money for a while.
Money isn't everything.
That's what I tell myself, man. Money isn't everything. I mean, I've learned that much. And I sure do appreciate Alan and his old... and his father, you know, giving me this opportunity.
I think that's wonderful.
It's a good business town. The young man can go far.
Sir, I intend to go far.
Young man coming to town? It's gotta be a good mixer.
Wouldn't it be nice if you could join the country club and play golf?
He won't be able to afford that.
The bowling team's a rowdy gang.
Oh, and there's a young man's Bible class at the Baptist church.
I'll join clubs and I'll go to church. Do all those things.
Madge, are you still out here? If everyone will pardon me, I'll go get dressed.
It's about time.
Hurry it up, will you, Delilah?
You ought to see the way Madge prints. She uses about 6 kinds of face cream and dusts herself all over with powder. And then she rubs perfume beneath the ears to make her real mysterious. It takes her about a half hour just to put her lipstick on. She won't be ready for hours.
Come on, Helen. Alan, we'll need a man to help us take the baskets out of the car and chip the ice.
Oh, ma'am, I'll help you.
No, thank you. Alan won't mind.
Mind your manners, Hal.
Mom!
Show them your drawings, Millie.
You want to see my art?
You mean to tell me you can draw, kid?
That's Mrs. Potts.
Wow, that looks just like her.
Well, I just love Mrs. Potts. When I go to heaven, I expect everyone to be just like her.
Hey, kid. You want to draw me?
Well, I'll try.
You know, I had a job as a model once. How's this? Maybe this.
Why don't you just try to look natural?
Jeez, it's kind of hard.
Look at that sunset, Howard.
Pretty, isn't it?
It's the most flaming sunset I've ever seen.
If you painted it in a picture, no one would believe you.
It's like the daytime didn't want to end, isn't it?
Oh, I don't know.
Like the daytime didn't want to end. Like it was going to put up a big scrap and maybe set the whole world on fire. Keep the nighttime from creeping on.
Rosemary, you're a poet.
You know, there's a time in a man's life when he's got to settle down. A town like this. This is the place to settle down in. People are easygoing and sincere.
No, Howard, I don't think there ought to be any drinking with Millie here.
Oh, what's that?
We were just talking.
So, what'd you do this afternoon, kid?
Read a book.
You read a whole book in one afternoon?
Sure. Hold still.
Something on. What was it about?
There wasn't much story, really. It's just the way you feel when you read it. Kind of warm inside, sad and amused, all at the same time.
Okay. I wish I had more time to read books. That's what I'm going to do when I settle down. I'm going to read all the better books. Listen to all the better music. Every man knows it to himself. You know, I used to go with this girl that read books. She joined this book in the month club. They had to read books all the time. She wouldn't any more finish one book, they'd send her another.
Howard, where are you going?
I'll be right back, honey.
Is that me? Sure don't mind being a little artistic. Hey, do you think I can keep it?
Sure. I write poetry, too. I've written poems I've never shown to a living soul.
Kid, you must be some sort of genius.
Howard, put that bottle back where it was.
Did you say bottle?
He's been down at the hotel again buying bootleg whiskey off those good-for-nothing porters.
Young man, maybe you'd like a swig of this?
Put that away.
Oh, Millie's not going to be shocked if she sees someone take a drink. Are you, Millie?
Gosh, no. What if somebody walked by and tell the school board? I'd lose my job quick as you could say Jack Robinson.
Who's going to come by, honey? Everybody in town's at the park having a picnic.
I don't care. Liquor's against the law in this state, and a person ought to abide by the law. Isn't that what you'd say, young fella?
Oh yeah. I mean, a person ought to abide by the law.
Here, honey, have one.
No, Howard, I'm not going to touch a drop.
Come on, take one little drink just for me.
Howard, you ought to be ashamed of yourself.
I don't see why.
I guess I know why you want me to take a drink.
No, honey, that's not so. I just want you to have a little fun is all. I mean, a school teacher's got a right to live. Isn't that what you say, young man?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, the school teacher's got a right to live.
Now, Millie, don't you tell any of the kids at school.
What do you take me for?
Anyone coming?
Coast is clear.
Ugh, I need some water.
Millie, why don't you run in the house and get some?
Mrs. Owens will suspect something. I'll get a drink from the hydrant.
Well, Millie, my girl, I'd offer you one, but told your old lady to raise Ned.
What Mom don't know won't hurt her.
No, kid. Way off the stuff.
Howard, come help me. I see a snake.
You go, Millie. She don't see no snake. Oh, would you look at her there, powder in her arms? You know, every time I come over here, I look forward just to seeing her. I say to myself, Bevan's old boy, you could look at that all you want, but you couldn't touch it with a 10-foot pole.
She's the kind of girl that guys gotta respect.
Look at her, putting lipstick on that cute kisser. You know, I figure, good Lord made a girl as pretty as she is, he did it for a reason. Maybe it's time she found out what that reason is. Young man, you're, agonizing. I know a few girls out at the hotel that,
Thanks, but I've given up that sort of thing.
I think that's a very fine attitude.
Lord, I thought it was going to faint.
It's just a piece of garden hose.
What are you two talking about?
Talking about the weather, honey. Talking about the weather.
I bet.
Hey, Madge, why ain't you charge admission?
Lord, when I was a girl, I was just as good looking as she is.
Oh, of course you were, honey.
I had boys calling me all the time. But if my father ever caught me showing off in front of the window, he'd have tamed me with a razor strap. Because I was brought up strict by a God-fearing man.
Hey, Ernie! It's Ernie Higgins and his Hackers boys. They played all the dances around here. Lord, I love that music.
Come dance with me, Howard.
But honey, I'm no good at dancing.
That's just what you men tell yourselves to get out of it. Come dance with me, Millie.
I got a lead. I got a lead.
Well, hey now. Supposing Al and I did that.
Go ahead for all I care. Stop it!
I thought we were doing very nicely.
You've been dancing with Millie.
Well, I never dance with boys. I always got a lead.
Kid, just relax and do your steps on you, alright?
Quit clowning Howard and dance with me!
Honey, you ain't gonna get no fun dancing with me.
The music's playing, you gotta dance with someone!
Am I too bad?
Did you do a little practice, that's all.
At school, kids all call me the dancing fool, when some are dancing every night.
I just can't stay in the kitchen while there's dancing.
Look, I remember, alright? I'm the man. I gotta take the lead.
I keep wanting to do the steps I make up myself.
You're doing just fine, Billy.
I feel like
step, kid. I learned it in LA. Try it.
Isn't he graceful?
Gee, that looks hard.
Takes a little time, kid. Try.
I'm sorry, I just can't seem to get it.
Keep watch close, alright? You learn this step, you're the sharpest kid in town.
Yeah, but
Real loose, see? Gonna give it a little of this, a little of that.
gee, I wish I could do it.
That's the way to dance, Howard. That's the way.
Well, you sure look pretty, Match.
Thank you, Howard.
Here for a dance?
Oh, more dancers. We're turning the backyard into a ballroom.
Thought you couldn't dance.
Look, Madge, the young man teacher. It's like they were made to dance together.
Can't you dance that way, Howard?
Golly, honey. I'm a businessman.
I danced so hard on that accident. Right in the middle of the ballroom.
Rosemary's got pretty legs, hasn't she?
That's just like you, man. Can't talk about anything but women's legs.
I was just noticing they had a nice shape is all.
How would you like it if we women went around talking about your legs all the time?
You want to talk about them? There they are.
Young man, let's see your legs. We passed a new rule here tonight. Every guy's gonna show his legs.
Man, what kind of boots?
Leave him alone, Rosemary. He's dancing with Madge.
Now it's his turn to dance with me. I may be an old maid school teacher, but I can keep up with you. Right now. I used to have a boyfriend who was a cowboy. He met him in Colorado when I was up there picking up the case for flu. He was in love with me because I was an older woman and had some sense. He took me out for one night and made love. Wanted to marry me right there on the spot. So you gotta be our preacher, the moon, our best man. You ever hear such talk?
Ma'am, I think I'd like to move on.
Dance with me, young man, dance with me. I can keep up with you. You know what you remind me of? You remind me of one of those ancient statues. There used to be one from the library until last year. He was a Roman gladiator. All he had on was a shield. A shield over his arm. That's all he knew. Oh, we girls felt insulted having to walk past it every time we went to the library. So we got up a petition and had the principal do something about it. You know what he did? He got the janitor to fix things right. He got it too.
Hey, that statue is Lord, there's ancient people in the parade.
Ma'am, I just really don't play dance.
Dance with me, man.
Just leave him alone, Rosemary. Now he wants to dance with Madge. They're young people, so...
Young? What do you mean they're young?
I feel sick.
Millie!
I want to die.
Millie!
Oh, what the little Dickens do? Get herself tight?
Millie, let's go inside.
I hate you.
Millie!
Madge is the pretty one. Madge is the pretty one.
What'd you have to do that for?
I suppose that's something wonderful. They're young.
Wow, she must have had several good sniffers.
It's all his fault, Howard.
Now, honey.
Millie was your date and you should have been looking after her. You were too busy making eyes at Madge.
Honey.
And you're no better off than he is. You should be ashamed.
Food fed whiskey to my Millie.
He did, Mrs. Owens. It's all his fault.
Oh, it was like this, Mrs. Owens.
My Millie is too young to be drinking whiskey.
He'd have fed her whiskey and taken his pleasure with the child and then skedaddle.
Now, everybody, let's just calm down.
I know what I'm doing, Howard, and I don't need any help from you. You've been stomping around in those boots, acting like you own the place, thinking every woman here was going to fall madly in love. But here's one woman that didn't pay you any mind.
The boy hasn't done anything wrong, Mrs. Owens.
Aristocratic millionaire, my foot. You would have known an aristocratic millionaire if he spit on you. Bragging about your father. I bet he isn't any better than you are.
None of us saw Millie drink the whiskey.
You think just because you're a man, you can walk out in here and make off with whatever you want. You think just because you're young, you can push other people aside and not pay them any mind. You think just because you're strong, you can show off your muscles and no one will know what a pitiful specimen you are. But you won't stay young forever. Did you ever think of that? What'll become of you then? You'll end your life in the gutter and it'll serve you right, because the gutter's where you came from, the gutter's where you belong.
Rosemary, shut your damn mouth.
Everything's gonna be perfectly all right now. Alan held Millie's head and let her be sick. Now we're all gonna go on the picnic and have a good time.
I want it to be understood by everyone that there is to be no more drinking on this picnic.
It was all my fault, Mrs. Owens. My fault.
Now here she comes, good as new. We're all gonna go on the picnic and have a good time.
Hal, what's happened?
Millie will come with us, Alan.
Sure, Mrs. Owens. Hal, I told you not to drink.
Madge! Why did you wear your new dress?
I don't know. I just put it on.
Go upstairs and change this minute. I'm eating. You come later with Rosemary and Howard.
Are all the things are gonna be taken?
Mr. Bevins, tell Madge we'll meet her there later. Hal, the baskets are in the Ford. Get going.
Millie, darling, are you feeling any better?
Young man, you can follow us and find the way.
You talk awful, Rosemary. He's just a boy.
What made me act that way, Howard?
You gotta remember, men have got feelings too, same as women.
No, you don't pay her any mind, young man. She didn't mean a thing.
I don't want to go on the picnic tonight, Howard. It's my last night of vacation. I want to have a good time.
We'll go for a ride, honey.
I want to drive into the sunset, Howard. I want to drive into the sunset.
You're a wonderful dancer.
Thanks.
And I can tell a lot about a boy by the way he dances.
Yeah?
Well, some boys, even though they're smart or very successful in some other way, when they take a girl in their arms to dance, it's kind of awkward, and the girl feels sort of uncomfortable.
Look, baby, I'm in a pretty bad mood, okay?
Well, you mustn't mind what Miss Sydney says. Women like her make me mad at the whole female sex.
Baby, why don't you just beat it, all right?
What's the matter?
What's the use? I'm bummed. She saw through me like an X-ray machine. There's just no place in this world for a guy like me.
There's got to be.
Yeah?
Well, you're young and you're very entertaining. I just love listening to you talk. You say all sorts of witty things. And you're strong and you're very good looking. I bet Miss Sydney thought so too, or she wouldn't have said those things.
Look, baby, let me level with you, okay? When I was 14, I spent a year in the reform school.
Honest?
Yeah.
What for?
'Cause I stole another guy's motorcycle. Yeah, I stole it. I stole the damn things. I wanted to get on it. It was so far away, so fast, nobody ever catch up to me.
I bet a lot of boys feel that way at times.
My old lady went to the authorities. I've done everything I can with the boy. I can't do anything more. So I'll let go to the damn reform school.
Gee.
Some welfare league hauled me out. The old lady was sorry to see me back. She had herself a new boyfriend and I was in the way.
It's awful when parents don't get along.
I've told that to another soul. Even Seymour.
Well, I wish there was something I could say or do.
That's the Hal Carter story. But they're gonna make a movie of it.
Most people would be awfully shocked.
There you are, baby. If you want to faint or get sick or run to the house and lock the door, go ahead. I ain't stopping you. Do?
I was proud you told me.
Maybe you come on the porch just looking like a pretty little doll, but a real woman, aren't you?
I want to be.
You are.
Am I? We gotta go on a picnic.
Do we? I mean, there's other places with not so many people.
Yes, but all the baskets are in our car and they'll be waiting. Hal,
Quiet, baby.
really, we gotta go on the picnic.
We ain't going on no picnic.
Here we are, honey. Right back where we started from. You were, awful nice to me tonight, Rosemary. Do you think Mrs. Owens suspects anything?
I don't care if she does.
Well, a businessman's got to be careful to talk. And you're a school teacher, after all. Well, I'd better be getting back to Cherryvale. Gotta open the store in the morning. Good night, Rosemary. Good night. Maybe I should say good morning.
Where are you going, Howard?
Honey, I gotta get home.
You can't go off without me.
Honey, talk sense.
You can't go off without me. Not after tonight, that's sense.
Honey, be reasonable.
Take me with you.
What would people say?
The hell is what people say.
Honey!
What do people say if I thumb my nose at them? What do people say if I walk down the street and show them my pink pants? What do I care what people say?
Honey, you're not yourself tonight.
Yes, I am. I'm more myself than I ever was. Take me with you, Howard. If you don't, I don't know what I'll do with myself. I mean it.
Honey, now you better go upstairs and get some sleep. You gotta start school in the morning. Now I'll be back over Saturday. We can talk about it all over then.
Maybe you won't be back Saturday. Maybe you won't be back ever again.
Now, Rosemary, you know better than that.
Then what's the next thing in store for me, Howard? To be nice to the next man or the next? So there's no one left to care whether I'm nice to him or not? Till I'm ready for the grave and there's no one there to take me.
Rosemary.
You can't let that happen to me, Howard. I won't let you.
I don't understand. When we first started going together, you were the best sport I ever saw. Always good for a laugh.
I can't laugh anymore.
Well, can't we talk it over Saturday?
We'll talk it over now.
Well, honey,
You said you were going to marry me, Howard. You said when I got back from my vacation, you'd be waiting with the preacher.
Well, honey, I've had an awful busy summer, and...
Where's the preacher, Howard? Where is he?
Look, I'm 42 years old. Person forms certain ways of living, and then one day it's too late to change.
Come back here, Howard. You know, I'm no spring chicken either. Maybe I'm a little older than you think I am. I've formed my ways too. But they can be changed. They gotta be changed. It's no fun living like this in rented rooms, eating a bunch of old maids for supper every night. I'm coming home. Alone.
You know how it is, Rosemary. My life's no bed of roses either.
Then why don't you do something about it?
Well, figure there's some bad about every life, right?
There's too much bad about mine. Every year I keep telling myself something will happen. Except nothing ever does. Except I get a little crazier all the time.
Well,
A well's a hole in the ground, Howard. Be careful you don't fall in.
I wasn't trying to be funny.
And all this time you've just been leading me on.
No, Rosemary, that's not so. I've not been leading you on.
I'd like to know what else you call it.
Well, can't we talk it over Saturday? I'm dead tired now, and I got a busy week ahead.
You gotta marry me, Howard.
Well, I can't marry you now.
You can be over here in the morning.
Sometimes you're so unreasonable.
You gotta marry me.
What do you do about your job?
Alva Jackson can take my place till they find someone new from the agency.
I'd have to pay Fred Jenkins to take care of the store for a few days.
Then get him.
Well,
I'll be
honey,
waiting for you in the morning, Howard.
Honey, no!
Howard?
I'm not gonna marry anyone that says you gotta marry me, Howard. I'm not gonna. I mean, if a woman wants me to marry her, she can at least say please.
Oh, please, marry me, Howard, please, please!
Rosemary! You gotta give me time to think it over.
Oh, God, please, marry me, Howard, please, please, please!
Rosemary!
I gotta have time to think it over. Now, we'll go upstairs and get some rest now. I'll drive over in the morning and maybe we can talk about it then.
You're not just trying to get out of it, are you?
I'll see you in the morning, honey.
Honest?
Yeah. I gotta go to the courthouse anyway.
Oh, please, Mary Howard, please.
I'll see you in the morning. Good night, Rosemary.
Please, Howard.
Good night, Rosemary.
Please. Please.
Baby, wait. Baby. Please. Tell me you're not sorry, are you? If I thought I did anything to make you unhappy, I just want to die.
I didn't even know it was happening. And then all of a sudden it seems like my whole life has changed.
I'd be taken out and hung.
Well, don't talk like that.
Baby, it's just... Times like this, I just hate myself.
Well, I guess it was no more your fault than mine.
Sometimes I do pretty impulsive things. Well, will I see you tomorrow?
I don't know.
That's right. Start a new job tomorrow.
I have to be at the dime store at 9.
Well, what time are you through?
5.
Well, maybe I could come by and see you then. I mean, we could come by and we could go
I have
out.
a date with Alan.
Jeez, I forgot all about Seymour.
So would I.
I can't go back to his house now. What am I gonna do?
Well, maybe Mrs. Potts could...
No, I can take the car back down to where we were. So, I'll stretch out in the front seat. Get a little sleep. Baby, how are you gonna handle your old lady?
I don't know.
Shot at sunrise.
I'll think of something to tell her.
Good night.
Good night.
Baby, you don't mind going with the guy that works in the pipeline, do you?
Don't be silly.
I mean, because I'm not happy with a job like that. I mean, you know, one that I can handle, and I wouldn't pretend to be some big shot.
It can have just as much future as any other kind of job.
Oh, it's just, when a guy's a good football player or something, he thinks he can expect his whole life to be big time, but once I met you, I just feel fine. Coming down through the clouds in a parachute, landed solid on the ground. The whole world feels pretty good at my feet again. Baby. Are you crying?
Just a little.
It's got me doing it.
It's not because I'm unhappy, really.
Oh, same here. I'm not happy.
It's just that...
Baby. Kiss me goodnight.
Just start things all over again.
Oh. Kiss me goodnight anyway. Will you?
promise not to hold me?
Oh, yeah. Keep my hands on my side, see?
Were you awake when Madge got in?
No?
Has she said anything to you this morning?
No.
Dear Lord, I couldn't get too worked up for last night. She was crying so hard. Now she's got the door locked.
I bet I know what happened.
You don't know anything, Millie Owens, and if anyone says anything to you, you just... Have you been smoking? Did Madge tell you what happened? Next time you take in tramps, Helen Potts, I'll thank you to keep them on your own side of the yard.
Is Madge all right?
Of course she's all right. She got out of the car and left that hoodlum alone. That's what she did.
Have you talked to Alan yet this morning?
He said he might be by this morning.
Do you know where the young man is?
I know where he should be. He should be in the penitentiary, and that's where he's going if he shows up around here again.
Has anyone seen Howard?
Why, no, Rosemary. He said he might be over this morning. Mrs. Owens, I'm storing my summer things in the attic. Could somebody help me?
We're busy, Rosemary.
I'll help you, Rosemary.
Thanks, Mrs. Potts.
He's been running around like a chicken with its head off all morning. Something's up. You keep watch for Al.
Well, I hope Rosemary's ready. I promised the principal I'd be there early to help with registration.
How do I look, Irma?
Oh, it's a cute dress. Let me fix it now.
I think a teacher should dress up for the first day of school. Give her students a good first impression.
Good morning, Millie.
Hi.
Is Rosemary ready?
Go on up if you want to.
We missed seeing Madge on the picnic last night.
So did a lot of other people.
Come on, Christine. I bet we have to get the sleepy girl out of bed.
Hey, Madge, you want to go dancing? Let me be the next Madge.
You shut up, crazy.
My brother's seen him parked under the bridge. Alan Seymour was looking for him all over town. And she always puts on a lot of airs. But I knew she liked guys.
Someday I'm really gonna kill that on your bastard.
Can I see Madge?
Sure, Alan. I'll call him. Madge! Alan's here.
She probably has to dress.
I'll wait.
I always did like you, Alan. Didn't you know it?
Like me?
It's awfully hard to show someone how you feel.
It's easy for some people.
It makes you feel like such a sap. I don't know why.
I'm glad you like me, Millie.
Well, I didn't expect you to do anything about it. I just wanted to tell you.
Can I see Rosemary?
Oh my gosh, Howard, what are you doing here?
I think she's expecting me.
Molly was up the stairs. The others are up there too.
The others?
Mrs. Potts, Miss Cronkite, and Miss Schoenwalder.
Golly, I gotta see her alone. Golly.
Hello, Alan.
Madge.
I'm sorry about last night.
Madge, whatever happened, it's not your fault. I know what Hal's like when he's been drinking, but I've got Hal taken care of now. He won't be bothering you again.
What do you mean?
At school, I spent half my life getting him out of jams. I knew he had a few tough breaks. I tried to be sorry for the guy. This is the thanks I get.
Well, where is he now?
Don't worry about Hal. I'll take it on myself to offer you his official goodbye.
Is he gone?
Alan, I didn't know you were here.
Here comes the bride! Here comes the bride! Here comes the You're being a wonderful girl, Howard Rosemary. They don't come any better, Rosemary.
An old pair of nylon shirts.
And that's a new outfit she's got on. Rosemary, are you wearing something blue? I don't see it.
Huh, you're not gonna.
Something to borrow. I don't have anything to borrow.
Madge, you give Rosemary something to borrow. It'll mean good luck for you. Rosemary, Madge has something for you to borrow.
You can borrow my handkerchief, Miss Sydney.
Thanks, man. Isn't she pretty, girls?
Oh, yes?
She's modest. A girl as pretty as her can sail through life without a care. Mrs. Owens, my hot water bottle's in the closet and my curler's in the bathroom. You and the girls can have them. Howard and I will come by after we've settled down. Cherry Valle's not that far away. You could be good friends, same as before.
I hate to bring it up now, Rosemary, but you didn't give us much notice. Do you know anyone I could rent the room to?
Didn't you tell her about Linda Sue Breckenridge?
Oh, yes, Linda Sue Breckenridge. She's a sewing teacher.
She's a darling girl.
You see, her and Mrs. Bennett got in a fight. Mrs. Bennett tried to charge her 20 cents for her orange juice. When we girls pay no more than 15, do we go?
I never did.
You tell Linda Sue to get in touch with Mrs. Owens.
I'll do that very thing.
Thank you, Rosemary.
We've still gotta get the license, Rosemary.
Oh, goodbye, girls. We had some awfully jolly times together.
Come on, honey. Well, man's gotta settle down sometime.
Of course.
And besides, folks would rather do business with a married man.
I hope you two are going to be as happy as Howard and I will be. Oh, goodbye, Mrs. Potts. You've been a wonderful friend.
I wish you all sorts of happiness, Rosemary.
Goodbye, Millie. You're going to be a famous author someday, and I'll be glad I knew you.
Thanks, Miss Sydney.
All set?
All set, here we go. Where are we going?
Well, I got this cousin who runs a tourist camp up in the Ozarks.
Oh.
He and his wife took us up for free.
Oh, I love the Ozarks.
Madge, what happened last night? You haven't told me a word.
Just let me alone, Mom.
Aren't you going to say goodbye, Mrs. Owens?
Oh dear, I've been saying goodbye to her all morning.
Mrs. Owens, Miss Cindy wants to give you her house keys.
Come on, Flo.
I'm coming. How?
Baby, I'm in a bad jam. Seymour and his old man said the cops on my tail.
Well, how'd you get away?
I'm not going to the cops cold and swim the river.
Well, what can you do now?
There's a freight train by pretty soon, I guess. Give it that job before I even get started.
Well, how?
Alan?
What are you doing here?
You lied, kid. You told the cops I stole your lousy car, and that was a lousy lie.
What did you expect me to do? You've got to get out of town if you know what's good for you.
Go when I'm ready.
No, you won't. You'll go now!
Look, Seymour, I don't want to fight with you, all right? You're the only friend I've ever had.
I'm not your friend anymore. You saw another pretty girl and you added to your list!
That's not so!
Let me go, tramp! Let me go!
enough, kid?
Alan, are you alright?
Mom, don't.
Baby, I guess everything's changed.
Well, where are you going?
I'm camping at the Tulsa in a couple of hours, I guess. And they always give me a little job down there at the Hotel Maya with counting bells. Baby, would you come with me? I'll run upstairs and grab some things.
Madge!
Baby, I know it sounds crummy, but they always give me a little room down there. And we could share it. And maybe I could save up my dough and we could buy a little house or maybe even a farm. Come on, baby. This is as far as it goes. This is as far as it ever goes with me. Kiss me goodbye. You love me, don't you?
What good is it if I do?
Baby, poor bastard. I'm gonna claim what's mine. Mine. The only real thing I've ever had. Ever. Baby, kiss me goodbye. I feel like a freak to say this, but I love you.
Honest?
When you sat there, knowing just how I felt, you held my hand and talked.
Well, I just couldn't stand to hear Miss Sydney say those things. After all, you're a man.
You're a woman, baby. You know it or not. You're a real live woman.
It's the cops.
I'll know how to take care of them.
You love me, don't you?
Young man, you better get on that train as fast as you can.
Baby, you hear that train pulling out of town, you know I'm on it. My heart's gonna be busted. 'Cause you love me. Love me. You love me!
Oh, Mom, why did this have to happen to you? I do love him. I do.
Hush, girl, hush. The neighbors are on their porches watching.
Why didn't anyone tell me what that feeling was?
He made it. He got on the train.
Now I'll never see him again.
Believe me, Madge, that's for the best.
Why? Why?
At least you didn't marry him.
Oh, Mom. What can you do with all the love you feel? Where is there you can take it?
I never found out.
They found these by the riverbank.
Girls have always liked Hal. Months after he left the fraternity, they'd always call and ask, "Is Hal there? Does anyone know where Hal's gone?" Their voices sounded so forlorn.
Alan, come to dinner tonight. I'm having sweet potato pie and all the things you like.
I'll be gone, Mrs. Owens.
Gone?
Dad's been wanting me to take him up to Michigan on a fishing trip. I've been stalling him now for a while.
You'll
but
be back before school starts, won't you?
I'll be on Christmas, Mrs. Owens.
Christmas? Alan, go inside and say goodbye to Madge.
Madge is beautiful. Made me feel so proud. Just to look at her. Tell myself she's mine.
See her one more time, Alan.
No! I'll be on Christmas, Mrs. Owens. I'll run over then and say hello.
Alan! He'll be back, Flo. He'll be back.
Goodbye, Alan.
You better be getting ready for school, Millie.
Gee whiz, I almost forgot.
You liked the young man, Helen, didn't you? Admit it.
I did. I got so used to the way things always were. The occasional hairpin on the floor, the geranium in the window, the smell of Mama's medicines.
I'll keep things as they are in my house, thank you.
Not when there's a man around, Flo. He walked in and everything changed. He walked through the little rooms like he was still in the great outdoors. He spoke in a booming voice that shook the ceilings. everything he did reminded me that there was a man in the house. And that seemed good.
Did it?
And that reminded me that I'm a woman. And that seemed good too.
I'm just in love with that crazy guy. She's in there crying her eyes out.
Mind your own business and go to school.
I'm never gonna fall in love. Not me.
Don't say that to your little older Millie girl.
I'm old enough already. I can stay in this jerkwater town and marry some ornery guy and raise a bunch of dirty kids. When I graduate from college, I'm going to New York. And I'm gonna write novels that'll shock people right out of their senses.
You're a talented girl, Millie.
I'll be so great and famous, I won't ever have to fall in love.
Hey, good girl.
That's Poop Deck McCullough. He thinks he's so smart.
Hey, Goon Face, come kiss me. I want to be sick.
If he thinks he can get by with that, he's crazy. See you this evening.
Alan will be back. Don't you think so, Helen? Of course he will, Flo. He'll take her to the dance at the country club and they'll get married and live happily ever after.
I hope so.
Mom,
You better hurry, darling. You don't want to be late for work.
I'm going to Tulsa, Mom. Watch! Please, I'm not doing this for spite, but as long as I live and breathe. I know how you feel, but I just don't know what else to do.
Madge, listen to me. Alan's coming back Christmas, and he'll take you to the dance at the club, and I'll make another new dress.
I'm going, Mom.
Madge, listen to what I've got.
My bus leaves in a few minutes.
He'll never be able to support you. Even when he does have his job, he'll spend all of his money on booze. Eventually, there'll be other women.
I've thought of all those things.
You don't love a man because he's perfect, Flo.
Goodbye, Mrs. Platts. I miss you almost as much as my mom.
Madge, listen to me.
Don't worry. I've got $10 I was saving up for a pair of pumps, and I saw ads in the Tulsa World. There's plenty of jobs as waitresses. Tell Millie goodbye for me, Mom. Tell her I never meant it all those times I said I hated her.
Madge.
Tell her I've always been very proud to have such a smart sister.
Could I have stopped her, Helen? Could anybody have stopped you, Flo?
She's so young. There are so many things I always wanted to tell her. And I never got around to it.
There's just some things she's going to have to learn for her own.
Helen!
Be patient, Mama.